I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record News Watch. They packed the Ulster Performing Arts Center in Midtown Kingston last night. Close to 1,000 people were there, not for a show, but to speak out on the issue of gun control, and specifically the state's newly enacted gun control law, with opponents of the recently passed legislation urging the Ulster County Legislature to make its voice heard. 37 speakers spoke out in opposition to the new gun restrictions, saying it's an infringement on their Second Amendment right to bear arms and was hastily passed without a thorough debate. 15 speakers hailed the passage of the so-called SAFE Act, among them Nick Alba of Shandaken, who said the toll of human suffering does not compare to the minor inconvenience that gun control regulations entail. More than 3 hours later, the Ulster County Legislature voted 14-8 to call for a repeal of most of the state's new gun control law. Ulster County Executive Michael Hine has not indicated whether or not he will sign the county's gun control repeal resolution, and he did not tip his hand during a speech this morning to members of the County Chamber of Commerce. Instead, Hine focused on the goal of the newly formed Office of Business Services and his push to better coordinate economic development efforts in Ulster County. More than $3,000 worth of jewelry was stolen during a recent burglary at a residence in the town of Hamptonburg. And now state police have charged 33-year-old James Hobland of Montgomery with a criminal possession of stolen property in connection with a break-in. Hobland's due back in court next Tuesday. State police say additional charges may be filed. And police in Port Jervis say they've taken 4 major heroin traffickers off their streets in the past 4 days. Back on Saturday, 22-year-old Justin Parsons was arrested on felony charges, including intent to sell. At the time of his arrest, police say Parsons was holding 162 decks of heroin. Then 3 other Port Jervis residents were arrested following a raid at a West Main Street apartment. 25-year-old Jaquel Green, 28-year-old Stephanie Dorn, and 30-year-old Jose Santana face an assortment of felony drug charges. 200 decks of heroin and more than $3,000 in suspected drug money was seized during that Tuesday raid. Central Hudson Gas and Electric is putting its customers on alert. Utility officials say personal banking information may have been accessed during a cybersecurity attack that happened over the past weekend. The company recommends its customers monitor bank account statements and credit reports to identify any unauthorized activity. The company spokesman says to this point there's no evidence of any information being downloaded or misused. And students in the Orange Ulster BOCES Culinary Careers Academy were hard at work this morning, preparing breakfast for those who came to the Goshen campus to get a first-hand look at what C-Tech has to offer. C-Tech is the BOCES Career and Technical Education Center, and today program offerings were on display during Media Day. The C-Tech goal is to provide cutting-edge technical training for high school students so they'll have marketable practical skills that can be used after high school graduation. Students say the training will give them a head start when it comes to time to find a job in a tough economy.
If you want a career in automotive, you already have the head start all over everyone else. You get all the information you really need by doing it yourself, not just sitting behind a desk and reading a book or something. You really get the most out of it by doing it.
Students are very kinesthetic today. They are very interested in doing things, not just listening. Theory is very important, but application is extremely important. The students need to be able to take what they learn and apply it, and that's what the employers are looking for.
BOCES C-Tech students have contributed their talents to their communities. Graphic design students have created ad campaigns for nonprofits. Health Career Academy students volunteer at local hospitals, and construction trade students have helped build homes for Habitat for Humanity. Well, tomorrow will be another cold day. It will be partly cloudy Thursday, with temperature readings not expected to get much higher than the low 30s. Friday will be a bit milder with the highs up around 40 degrees, but clouds will move in Friday, bringing us some mixed precipitation by Saturday. When news breaks, you will find it right here at Record Online and get the stories and information you need to start your day. by reading the Times-Herald Record. For Record News Watch, I'm Tracy Baxter.